This is a tarot reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. We're going to do overall energy, clarification cards, and end with an oracle card. Tarot is not fortune telling. I will not tell you anything that you don't already know. This is just a tool for your soul's expansion. So if you're okay with that, we're going to go ahead and get straight into the reading. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Cups. So this is you wanting to celebrate with others, co-create with others. This is you appreciating friendships, relationships like that, wanting to be in a celebratory state, wanting to be in a more carefree state. It looks like you have been going through some sort of change and maybe conflict. You're needing to use strategy because there are battles being fought with communication. So it's like needing to strategize right now because there is conflict in communicating with other people, because there might be some internal conflict. There's some sort of deceptive energy going on, or there was. So it's like people in the past, because then you, in the middle of the deck, or in the middle of the spread, you have the Tower card. So it's like there was some like deceptive energy where you had to use strategy. You had to go at it from a strategic point of view. You couldn't just, like, you needed to think before you acted. You needed to think before you communicated with people, because there's something about people trying to get away with something, or there's like a battle being fought but nobody's really winning, and somebody's trying to take everything that they can for themselves. Yeah, just people who are like sleazy, and this could be you internally lying to yourself, distracting yourself from what it is that you really needed to do or really needed to act on. Like just being that way to yourself, deceptive to yourself, trying to convince yourself of one thing or the other to distract yourself from what you're actually supposed to be doing. But I think because of this deceptive, sneaky energy, this strategic, like winning at all costs, conflicting energy, that has something to do with illusions or the truth being hidden, the truth being warped, there was a Tower moment. The Tower moment is a sudden change. It's a divine intervention. It's like this foundation wasn't stable with your thoughts and your actions or communication, something like that, that it caused change to happen. Because when we're operating from an unstable foundation, it has to collapse in order for us to rebuild. And I think that there was like something with friendships or just people in your life who were always trying to get away with something, or always trying to like present themselves a certain type of way, but it wasn't genuine. And this could also just, again, because it all stems from within, so it's like my foundation wasn't solid with the way that I, like my ideas and my actions, my communication type thing, or just internal dialogue. And so the Tower moment happened, and after that you're like planning for, or you could be planning for the Tower moment because you're looking off into the distance of all the things that are going to happen. You have the world in your hands. I feel like, you know, sometimes everything needs to kind of come down to a crumble for you to rebuild. And it looks like you're sitting in abundance and being able to say like you've crawled your way from whatever this deceptive energy was. You used strategy, you thought, you communicated strategically with these people who think that they're getting away with stuff or whatever it is this is. Then a Tower moment happened. Now you're able to plan for the future, and you want to focus more on yourself and your abundance and your physical, like the tangible evidence that you can create for yourself of your own abundance. So like money, physique, things like that. Let's take a look at these cards because I feel like the message is a little confusing. Let's get some clarification. Why is the 7 of Swords here? If this reading doesn't resonate, be sure to check your other placements. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool card. This is leaping into a new journey, surrendering, trusting the universe, trusting that you're guided and protected, taking a leap of faith in your journey, a new beginning. That's what you don't see coming. So it looks like, and you have the repeat card, the 3 of Cups, with this deceptive energy. So there was something hidden or illusory about friendships or just people that you're emotionally investing in, relationships that you're emotionally investing in. Maybe they presented themselves as friends, but they really had their self-interests at the forefront of their minds. Sometimes people use us because, you know, like they want what we have, or they take advantage of your kindness. They take advantage of your strategic mindset. Capricorns are very like grounded in reality, very logical. People can clamor to you because you emanate stability. And I think that can be taken advantage of because you could be such like a rock of a person, and so people will like take advantage of how you can strategically operate, how you can take control of a situation and help a situation. And so I feel like maybe in the past, friendships or acquaintances or whatever it is, or things that you've emotionally invested in weren't as they presented themselves to be. It was something of like, let me take from you and not give anything back to you. And I think that you realized your true potential as the Capricorn, as the Devil card, and you realize that you're above that. You don't need to associate with those people. You don't even need to tell those people, and I don't think you have, that they've done you wrong. You're not one to like be needing to let everyone know how they wronged you. It's just you let them know with your silence, with you moving on, with you not giving them your energy anymore. You're not going to argue with them. You're not going to have drama with them. You're just completely not going to talk to them anymore. You're not somebody who, I feel like you are looking at your addictions. You're looking at your self-sabotaging ways. And how that could have opened up a situation in the past where people were a certain type of way to you. Maybe you're seeing how you were too giving or you were too open to understanding other people. There's like a level of selflessness maybe that you overindulge, like people take advantage of your selflessness, and now you're able to see that that's just not something that you're willing to give away anymore. You don't need to be selfless for everybody. There's certain people that you can be selfless for, but not for everyone. Just not letting people take advantage of you. I feel like you, with the Tower moment here, now that everything kind of crumbled, it's like now there's this newness for you, and you're able to move forward and kind of see the beauty in life again. You're focusing on creativity, you're focusing on self-love, taking care of yourself. This is like following your heart, but again, just slowly moving towards seeing the beauty in life and maybe your own creativity. Sometimes, like, because maybe you felt used in the past, now you're creating a foundation of self-love and seeing the beauty in life and your own creativity. So like, if you love yourself and if you take care of yourself, then that is translated energetically to everyone else. So people are less likely to try to pull one over on you because you just have this energy of self-love. And so if you love yourself, it's harder for people to take advantage of you because you're not giving from an empty cup, if that makes sense. Like, you aren't depleted, and so it's harder to try to take advantage of somebody who is overflowing with self-love and confidence and seeing the beauty in life. And I think you're building a foundation emotionally. I think you're seeing that maybe you were too logical or communicative in the past, and now you want to come from a more emotional place, or you want to make sure that you have a good, solid emotional foundation moving forward. It looks like you're planning to move towards creating some sense of like nostalgia, or like you're at a time in your life where you are nostalgic. There's like something about your inner child or children, or going back to your roots. Obviously it's like holiday season, so that can be a time of nostalgia, of us thinking back to our roots or childhood. How are we going to create new like traditions for ourselves and things like that. I think that you're just like looking back at your roots and where you came from right now, and I think you're using that sense of innocence and that like happiness that you felt as a child to move forward and like create a new, like you want your belief systems to be aligned with who you originally were before everything weighed you down, before all these sneaky energies and this devil energy and this fake three of cups energy. It's like, who was I before I was hurt, and how can I get back to that, and how can I create a foundation with that, and how can I be more innocent and be more childlike and focus on things like that that make me feel nostalgic and make me feel happy. You're wanting to like create a partnership with your belief systems based on who you really are at the core of yourself, at the root of yourself, at your childlike wonder of the world. The Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, so that really speaks for itself. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of fruits of labor, rewards, luxury, self-sufficiency, and financial independence. It's about strength, compassion, completion, optimism. It's like no more suffering. Like you've created this foundation for yourself, obviously as an earth sign. Being financially stable is something that's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel good about yourself. You like to have a physical representation of your stability to feel stable. It's not like emotional stability, mental stability, your belief systems, even like those kind of things aren't as important to you as your physical. Like you want in this physical realm, you want security. You want to be able to have proof of security, and I think that you've created that for yourself, or you are creating that for yourself, and you're gonna reach a point where it's like you're like a provider for other people, you're a provider for yourself, you're able to experience like the luxuries of life, and that's different for everybody. Some people's luxuries are traveling, some people's luxuries are buying really healthy food, some people's luxuries are having, you know, their little trinkets or whatever it is. And also I think focusing on your physical well-being, I think is something that you're probably focusing on right now. You just want to be super grounded in reality and bring it back into yourself, and what can you do for yourself, because I think in the past selflessness has been a vice for you. You do have the Fool card at the bottom of the deck, so that is taking a leap of faith, taking a new journey. That's what you don't see coming, is you taking this new journey where you don't need all of these things to take this journey, even if you feel like maybe you need to be like prepared. It's kind of just like trusting in the universe. You don't know how it's going to happen, you don't know what it's going to look like, but you know it will happen eventually, that kind of thing. And I think that there's going to be a lot of forward movement, a lot of actions being taken, and it's going to end the pain that you might have been feeling mentally. It's like you're going to reach a completion once you start aligning your actions with your belief systems. It's going to take a lot of strength, but I do see you coming out with the Sun card with an illuminating, like things are being illuminated for you, basically. Like the light is being shown on something, you're being enlightened to something, you're having warmth and happiness and joy in your life again once you tap into and find the strength within. Let's go ahead to find the strength within to take this leap of faith. Let's end with an oracle card because I'm already going over on this reading. You have keep trying. Number 4. The medicine of this card speaks of wishes being granted, but also the understanding that you will have to try again and again to receive what you desire. The process of trial and error will lead you to fulfillment. There was a story of a young maiden who prayed and prayed to the stars to heal her so she could fully serve her purpose. She tried everything but failed to ever feel whole. One day, the young maiden received a starfish from the stars. She thought to herself, this must be what will heal me. The young maiden inspected the starfish, sang to the starfish, and danced with the starfish in hopes that it would heal her, but nothing happened. As a last resort, she took a small bite of the starfish's arm. Still, nothing happened. The young maiden cried out to the stars and cursed them for her inability to be healed. She fell to her knees and begrudgingly threw the starfish into the pond before her. As she wept in despair, her gaze fell upon the starfish subtly moving in the waters. As she watched it regrow the arm she had taken a bite of, the medicine of the starfish was revealed to her. It was at this very moment that she had a deep expansion of consciousness. By witnessing the starfish regenerate, she understood the message from the stars. She could heal herself. The ability to do this was not outside of herself, it was always within. This was when the young maiden began to heal. Whether you are healing, manifesting, or creating a meaningful relationship, Starfish's medicine is to keep trying. Understand that all you deem to be failures lead you closer to the right action. If the young maiden didn't take multiple approaches, she would never have been led to the answers that lie within. I hope that you guys like this reading. If it resonated with you, let me know how in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.